Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's a scathing hot day today. It's only 29 degrees, but it's hellishly humid. So I'm making a quick video, well, hopefully to get in a bit quickly, because I've got a new cleaning lady coming and relieving for Rati for 2 weeks, and she's due at 2, and it's now 1:20 p.m. So I've given myself only 40 minutes to do this video. Can I do it? Who knows? Today's reading of my vocal media journaling entries that are also gleaned from my Facebook archive is titled Memories, 4th of January 2023. Now, 4th of January 2024. Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. It's the heat, darlings. Intensely painful memories today. Glad I eliminated those toxic friends from my life. Glad I had that awful surgery to excise my squally gall. Glad that years later I am better in more ways than one, darlings. And I posted a photograph of a meme from Alice in Wonderland. What road do I take? Well, where are you going? I don't know. Then it doesn't matter. If you don't know where you are going, any road will get you there. And it's from the Disney version. Can you see it? Can't quite see it, can we? I just observed there's a big crack on my iPhone protector screen. That's nice. Where is it? It's a bit hard to see. But anyway, it's Alice in Wonderland talking to the Cheshire Cat. And as you know, the Cheshire Cat had a habit of disappearing mid-chat. 4th of January 2023. My beautiful Beauregard, who like to sit just above my head, and whom is greatly missed. My beautiful boy. Looks like a teddy bear in that photo. 9:40 a.m. Murmuration. Do not be afraid to break free of the mass formation psychosis and fly straight and courageously into your own world of your own freedom of choices, will and creativity. Never let the bastards grind you down. We are buffeted by invisible currents, trammelled by deceivers or weak, lackluster leaders. But the groupthink will pass. Awaken. Shine a light brightly in dark corners. Bloom. Sipping bicarbonate of soda and water out of my home guard glass. Old ladies abound. Spirits fly, bladders die, but up she rises. Apparently my bladder is surprisingly functioning very well. It's quite healthy considering its overactivity. The overactivity is caused by nerve signalling coming from the kidneys or perhaps the pituitary gland. So that's what's been the cause of my distress all these years, right? An overactive bladder caused by nervous signalling. Anyway, that's going to be rectified soon. And when that's rectified, I'll have better sleep and more motivation and might be able to achieve even more greater things. Well, given my other health issues, of course. I'm very slightly better than yesterday, mainly because I managed to sleep in between the constant pee breaks. So this was written 2023, right? Yes, last year was when I realised I was in serious trouble and got sent home by the ED doctor telling me he couldn't do anything and live my best life because I'm going to die of this condition, which I took at face value because I was feeling like I was dying, and I've soldiered on this long, so I might as well soldier on a bit longer, but I am weakened and it is a lot, lacking solid sleep with the constant pee breaks still as of even date, 4th of January 2024. I write here, but I think I will be okay. I will cut out tea, caffeine, and rest more and drink plenty of water and hope for the best. I still need to see a new doctor just so I have one for times like these. I booked an appointment with the skin doctor too. Not looking forward to another ugly scar on my back. It should have been cut out last time, but I was seriously carved into last time. Feeling fragile at my mortality, very fragile. But this is all part of life, the breaking down at the end. In the meantime, Charlie just hopped across the lawns, climbed up on the table, and is yelling, "Hello!" over and over again. Sweet little darling, loves her mama. I posted a photograph of her perched on top of my home guard Danish crystal glass with my bicarb with soda in it. Live in the dream, people. Live in the dream. Formidable. In English, formidable. Well, you have to laugh sometimes. If you don't laugh, you'd cry. 4th of January 2022, 11:16 p.m. Oh my gosh, where did that time go? No wonder I'm exhausted. I just finished the little jewellery box that I have cherished since I was 14. It looked all faded and worn out. New leather, polished brass, and it looks refreshed. Phew. I was thinking about throwing it out, but glad I didn't now. I did not think I'd be able to renovate it so easily. I'm feeling rather impressed with myself. It's amazing what a bit of glue, a hammer, and setting my teeth on edge can accomplish. I worked so hard that I forgot to make dinner. I pinched my sciatic nerve this morning while cleaning my fish pond filter, so I can't believe that I accomplished this with the amount of pain I am in. Time to rest, have a cup of tea, and watch some TV before I fall into bed. Ah well, the gods and spirits did tell me on 25th of June 2019, when I was on my last exhale, that they were sending me back to tie up loose ends. Tie up loose ends. I had no idea what they were talking about. I did not think I had any loose ends. But here I have been, upcycling decades-old stuff and making it feel cherished again, still unwilling to part with certain items, then even buying more wooden boxes to do up. It's a tad insane. Because probably unconsciously I worry what will happen when all the loose ends are tied up, right? So I had to keep myself frenetically busy and active and creative and keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Trying to outdistance the gods, right? But they'll get me in the end. Death will always get you in the end, my lovelies. But they kicked me along this long, so I'm sure they'll keep kicking me along for quite a bit longer. Might even let me have my true love partnership one day. Stranger things have been known to happen. Also learning to sew little bags and a cushion from an old dress I wore as a young girl. After all these years of hoarding, I'm finally putting these lovely things to good use. Waste not, want not. Cherish everything. Take delight in small things and value everything and if it no longer sparks joy, let it go. 4th of January 2021. I've organised another mowing contractor tomorrow, $79. Holy hell. I need to buy my own mower with my next advance, as this is getting too expensive and untenable. My cousin wrote, Megan wrote, it will pay for itself in no time. Me, when or if I get enough money to buy one, but yes, sick of paying a small fortune every week or fortnight, although this lawn kills lawnmowers, so I will need to be able to afford a self-propelling one, about $800, or a ride-on mower, they cost $5,000. Another option, a hard one, is I ask for a transfer to a smaller property. Money is chipping away on fucking lawn mowing. Money I was holding on to for my cannabis oil treatment. Another thing that never manifested. But the pharmacy never got back to me, and my anxiety has lessened somewhat, so I might give that a miss too. Too much money anyway. My cousin wrote, I had been feeling overly anxious in the lead up to Christmas, more so than normal. I note there are new 5G towers around me, so perhaps that is why. $79 is so much money for lawns. Over here they would assist with lawns if you have a disability, and I do now currently get assistance for the last 2 years. Almost 3 years, it'll be in March. Me, no assistance. When did I write that? 2021. Yeah, that would be right, because it was not till March that I got assistance. I have tried in even more dire situations, was treated with utter rudeness and disdain by the Rotary Club I reached out to in desperation. I will never support many of the charities after the rude, abusive treatment I was on the receiving end of over too many years. All good. I have survived. I will manifest a lawnmower so I can stay in my home. My cousin wrote, yes, you will manifest a mower, my cousin. It will come. Best before next mow, as that's a rip-off. Me, just tried calling the no-interest loan scheme to try to get a loan for a self-propelling lawnmower. They are still on holiday break. I will try calling them again next week. I hate to get loans, but hopefully it won't cost more than what I'm already paying for mowing contractors. Then, as you say, after about 10 mows, it will have paid itself off, although I will have ongoing problems of maintenance and servicing. I used to black out trying to mow my yard, but in those days I was also mowing the council verge, which thankfully is now done by BCC, which stands for Brisbane City Council. I am also a bit healthier these days. No, I'm not. I found that out when I finally got my self-propelling lawnmower that still couldn't do the work. i.e. not on heavy psych meds and a bit fitter, so if I get my own mower I can do the lawns in sections, rest, then do more, then rest. Update. I eventually got a NILS loan in March 2022. I mowed the lawn twice. It nearly killed me. I had bought a very powerful self-propelling lawnmower and I still struggled to mow the grass as I lacked the lung capacity. I stored it under my house for another 6 months, then sold it as I feared it become a rusting, useless hulk and totally wasting my money. I am still paying it off until March 2023. On the upside, I got assistance from QCSS via the Islamic Women's Association of Australia, so the grass gets regularly mowed by one of their contractors who does an excellent job. Although lately he's been failing to turn up. He's due on, says he's coming on Saturday. The grass just shot up because we've had so much rain. And I suppose he struggles to keep up with it in summer. And my lawn is a killer lawn. It killed 25 lawnmowers that my ex-boyfriend Courtney being an engine reconditioner actually reconditioned about 25 lawnmowers for me, and it killed every last motherfucking one of them. So, and he was an excellent engine reconditioner, so it wasn't his lack of skills. It's just, it's a very hilly terrain and it's a big area. Another mermaid tale, love these, and I posted Rusalka, the mythical Slavic mermaid. So, article in that, and a former friend wrote, as a perpetual mermaid myself, I say long live the Rusalka. And I replied, I remember dancing almost to my own death more than a few times at the Treasury Casino, as in my soul literally left my body. I had to whistle her back down. Never fuck with the Tanya. They can put that on my epitaph. 4th of January 2020. Ultimate betrayal, RFS volunteer charged with starting 7 bushfires. Had a fire truck up on Topaz Street this morning too, putting out a fire, so that was odd. It's Agenda 21. It's probably a government stooge like Morrison. As I'm convinced a lot of those fires that we had were deliberately lit, and here's the proof. Someone actually got charged. I deserve someone who does not deliberately trigger my PTSD like a fucking vicious gimp. And that's in response to a meme. You deserve someone who thinks you're too important to lose. Well, I never found someone that valued me enough to be a sexual long-term partner, and it is what it is. 2020 will be a year full of love. Soulmates will find each other. Relationships will shift to a higher level. I wrote, I've been waiting for this to manifest for 25 years. Sighs. I must still be very intimidating in my sexuality. A rather nice Maori man approached me last night, but nothing too close. And with perfect manners he said, "May I ask you for a dance?" and smiled. I replied, "Of course, since you asked me so nicely." I was actually quite delighted, as it is rare for such sweetness and courtly manners. I think my cleaning lady's here early, is she? Or is it someone else? No. Okay, good, we can keep going. But hypervigilant Tanya, smelling another game rat, glanced to the left just in time to notice 2 men laughing and giggling and giving their friend 2 thumbs up like it was a joke or a fucking bet. So I looked at one of them, who was acting the most silly, and motioned with my hand, pressing to the floor to chill the fuck out. He laughed but looked a tad embarrassed that he had been recognised as a douche. So my new suitor danced in front of me and I danced along, but we maintained a distance of about a metre, which was comfortable, but true to form, the bet had been won, and he turned his back and danced off. I must make the casino a fortune in inadequate schoolboys, trumped up as men, setting bets on who the casino bitch will dance with. But I didn't get upset, let it roll off my shoulders. It's not my fault I'm too much woman for most men. Seriously, it really isn't. I mean, the gods built me this way, from so many ground zeros. It's a living miracle I am still alive and dancing at all. Let the men play. I prefer it when they don't get all grabby and up in my face, and a wise guy knows that. I was wearing my white outfit with my underbust corset and tulle petticoat skirt, with another petticoat underneath so it's not see-through, that drives men completely fucking wild. Rolls eyes. Jesus. Sally said, that's my casino friend Sally, not my other beautiful friend Sally. I had two Sallys in my life. Sally said I looked like a toilet brush doll. I just said, story of my life. I don't even give a fuck what any of my so-called superficial friends have to say. I felt beautiful and powerful, and that is all that matters. Let the envy and spite reside with their original owner, lol. Mind you, that Sally, although she could be a bit bitchy at times, did give me lots of free drinks over the years because she was a high roller, so she was generous to me, but she could be quite nasty at times, and I'd just let it roll off my back, like, for the love of God. But anyway, I had a good night in spite of the usual spite, like a legend. I even got into my trance-like zone a couple of times, somewhere about the third wind. It was nice to feel completely free and wild and dance into the light for a few minutes. In childhood, I had a little jewellery box with a little dancing ballerina doll that twisted and turned to a song. I can't remember the actual melody, but I used to love that little dancer, all alone in her box that had to be wound up to dance, laughing my ass off. Funny how some things become metaphors for one's life. But I have my own little box where I can retreat from the world of lascivious, capricious, foul men and some women, and I only come out to dance for my own enjoyment so they can wind me up, but it only ever goes bad for them, as I am a free spirit and wild and love music and my own absurdist life, and that has become my superpower. And where is my mouse? Where is my mousey? My mouse has completely disappeared, and now I can't. Oh dear goddess, here it is. Because I can't scroll without it, right? I really can't. Really, what can I do? What can I do without a mouse? Live well and prosper. A fortune teller some years ago told me I would have a choice to leave this life during the surgery, but that if I came back, it would be a living hell of apocalyptic proportions. And I didn't want to come back. I begged the spirits to take me and not send me back. I begged them in that hospital room. It was quite terrifying for the other patients close by. She predicted I would lose pets. I did. And there would be fires. There was. And even a volcanic explosion. There was at White Island in New Zealand. And that I would have to survive it all. I thought it seemed so strange that I kind of pushed it aside. But here we are. I am bearing witness to this horror. I have barely survived the asthma brought on by smoke from some of the first fires here in Brisbane. Barely survived the loss of so many pets. I thought I heard someone whistling. Barely surviving the intense heat wrought by climate change and my aging woman's body. Barely survived my own rage at the intense enormity of current conditions. But at time of writing, I have still been kept relatively sane. So far, so good. Like most Australians, I wonder how much more we will need to survive, how much worse it will get. What can we do as a collective to put the brakes on our own imminent destruction? It seems hopeless. I spent decades lost in despair under constant brutal attack. Now I advocate for courage and a fierce determination to find a way, with the help of the gods, to heal our planet. Yet we are again on the brink of another war, as if people losing homes and all the millions of wildlife deaths and human death is not enough for the global elites. I should have died rather than be party to all of this, but the gods, in a certain defiant Tanya's higher mind, decreed otherwise. So on we go, living, loving, hoping, praying, dancing, coping, until the day comes when I cannot endure any more. Sigh, sighs. 11:11 a.m. Angels and spirits that love us, heal our mortal wounds, reign in perfect balance upon Australia where it is most needed, restore the imbalance created by humans, love us and show us mercy. They know not what they do. Protect the earth and all life forms. Amen v'salah. Thank you. Aho. And I've just been out before making milk and honey offerings to the spirits and ancestors and fairy realms and angelic realms, and of course the Creator that gifts us source of life, gifts us all this magnificence. Because Charlie looked like she was going to run away, and I had difficulty getting her back from my neighbour's roof. So I wanted to express gratitude by making offerings to the fairy realms, because I'm a shaman and that is my work and my path and my walk. 3:25 a.m. Home from a great night of dancing. Sigal, who was born in Tel Aviv, danced to a slow, semi-erotic song with me. I had to laugh in a way. Two Jewish women dancing wildly on Oneg Shabbat, enjoying what is left of our lives. I went through several wins beyond the point of exhaustion. It was a long, slow hobble to the 7-Eleven to buy an egg sandwich and a coconut water. I was ravenous after the epic dancing. The guys in the band Venus Envy don't seem to like me much. I don't care. I have been dancing there for 8 years and none of the other bands have any issues with me, as far as I know. And I later found out, actually last year, that they do like me, but it was the keyboard player that was scared of me or didn't like me. It was actually him. Once they got rid of him, or he left their band, they were sweet with me. So it was just him being vicious and condescending and nasty. But as I said, none of the other bands had issues. I supported all of them equally. I miss Alter Egos, and I hope the Treasury Casino brings back the disco disciples who put on a great show and are always friendly and happy to see me. And you know they didn't, and I'm annoyed about that because they were a lovely band and they were really good performers too. And they did bring back my beloved Alter Egos. And I wrote, I would like to see Ramjet more often too. They don't like me either, lol. But I like their playing, and they do not only do they like me, but they love me. But again, one of the guys that used to be in that band used to look at me all aloof drama. He's left now too. So it's funny, you know, all my enemies have kind of slunk away over time. And I don't even know why they decided to be my enemies. I didn't do anything to them. Just danced my wild, shamanic, free-spirited dance as I do every freaking weekend, joyously, triumphantly and abundantly, and yeah, freely of my own free will. Anyways, I am in a fair bit of pain in my muscles from the dancing. I've lost my mouse again. Oh, here it is. Where are you? Where are you, Mishka? Where are you, computer mouse? Laptop mouse, there you are, strange little thing. Keeps disappearing. Anyway, I said that. It is too much for me these days. I've really pushed myself, as Mustang Quay is infamous for doing. Push, push, push. Mustang Quay is another of my nicknames gifted to me by a man from the Ojibwa tribe in the central north of the United States of America. And because he said my spirit is push, 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 keep going no matter what, and driving myself very hard at times. So I'm soaking in a hot Epsom salt bath to ease the tension and get a hit of magnesium. I must buy some magnesium tablets to take orally as well. Hopefully I sleep well when I get to bed. A few people asked me why I was not there on New Year's Eve. I said I stayed home as I hate crowded spaces, but nice to see my absence was noted. There was a lot of love in the room last night. It was quite magical. Even the security guards seemed relaxed and happy. It was lovely to witness. 4th of January 2019. Is urine therapy a new fad? An article posted by sbs.com.au. And I responded, my de facto stepfather had to drink his own urine while slave labouring, in Mittelbau-Dora. He too always had lovely skin. Arg. Although I don't think he drank his own urine after the 18 months that he languished in that concentration camp, but anyway. Trigger warning. Discussion of putrid vaginas and epic debilitating diarrhea, a side effect of my defunct gallbladder which nearly killed me. Also suicide and treachery and cloying, obsessional friends. Need to take a deep breath, people. In my debrief on Wednesday, I spoke about how I felt like I was being wrapped in cellophane and how some people were clawing at me, wanting me for their own agendas or love addictions or control dramas, whilst others were also pushing me away or holding me at bay, like the man I love. I told my doctor that next time I see him, I will pretend that I am looking through perspex, through another dimension, pretend he cannot reach my heart. My doctor quipped, that won't work, Tanya. I sighed. I know. My love is too real. Later that evening, Karen rang me to tell me that she felt that Dave was trying to taunt me or push me into doing something silly to myself. She meant suicide. I laughed and I told her that will never happen. He has no power over me, and I am an incredibly good woman, and God is still, rather mysteriously, on my side. We both laughed. Am I bluffing? Is he, the man I fell in love with, really so evil that he is trying to kill me? Or is Karen, like many other women friends, trying to keep me for herself, for selfish reasons, sabotaging me and making me feel insane? She rang me to tell me that Dave was with, name redacted, on New Year's Eve. They had gone to watch the fireworks together, and that, name redacted, stunk so bad from her vagina that Karen started retching, and when, name redacted, asked her what her problem was, Karen told her she stinks foul, which happens to be the truth, people, because I smelt it too many, many times. One time she jumped in my car And when she got out, the stench was so bad, I had to actually clean the seat of my car, and I was retching for, a few hours after. It was that bad. Dave looked at her and said, "How can you say that? Clearly he has no sense of smell, right? It's unbelievable." Well, Sarah, oh shit. Oh well, it's true though. But anyway, name redacted. Well, it happens to be the truth, so I have no problems actually saying her name, but that was not intentional. I'm not trying to shame anyone. I'm just stating what actually happened and the facts, right? Just gasped open-mouthed in shock. "It's true," said Karen. I laughed, but in truth, it's equally horrifying that Dave was with her and can't smell her rotten vagina. Also, it was good that I was not there. I stayed home as I had had epic diarrhea so bad that I had to stand in the bath and let it all flow, then had to shower and scrub the bath with Domestos. So, at that point in time, I had my own serious health issues to contend with. But by the gods, wash yourself, people, before you go out dancing. Just saying. So although I felt fine by night time, I wasn't game to go out dancing in case it happened again while I was out. Yeah, use your common sense and have some self-respect, and don't go out dancing stinking from your nether regions. And also, wear deodorant in the heat of summer. There's a guy at my club, he's one of the workers, and doesn't use deodorant, and he reeks of BO. It's repulsive. I don't know how to tell him delicately. He needs to do something about it. It's putrid. I'm very sensitive to body odour and rotten smells. It's one of the reasons I don't eat fish. The smell literally makes me want to vomit. Won't eat shellfish either for the same reason. Not that I ever eat shellfish because it's not kosher, but as soon as someone even eats it in front of me, I'm like, So you can imagine how I felt about name redacted, who literally smelled like fish that had gone off in the hot sun for days and days, slowly rotting from the inside. It was awful. And I did tell her, back then when she was a friend to me, I actually did take her aside and say, "You need to see a doctor about this and do something about it. It's not normal." Didn't listen to me. Like, it's utterly repulsive. So, my gut, my failing gut that day, literally saved me from seeing him and, name redacted, taunt me. Was that his plan? Maybe Karen is just paranoid, as she seems in love or obsessed with me and wants me for herself. She could be very possessive. And it would get very grinding on my nerves too. She put pressure on me the last few days, lots of texts and a demand to come over here on the weekend to sleep over. I said no. I laid low for 2 days. Then she told me this information about Dave and name redacted. She was quite gleeful. So I need to regroup. Who is trying to control me via my love affairs or potential partners? That infamous sabotage that has gone on for eons, by the way. Last week, Boxing Day, Terry dumped on me about her broken love affair. Then when I felt triggered to ring Dave, she told me not to. The hypocrisy. I looked deep into her eyes and said, "Don't sabotage." But the call was cancelled anyway, so I left it until the next day to text him a series of texts when I was alone. And yes, that was probably stupid of me too, but hey. So really, it is all so much evil, perverted sabotage. Karen does it too. So this tells me that I am meant to be a shaman and live without any love partner, as every time it comes close to manifesting, I get all this negativity and codependent acting out shit from my friends or the actual lover. Today I held my 3 love heart rocks in my hands and begged the gods and all the Holy One to let me have my love partnership with, oh dear God, so glad that didn't manifest. The guy was a psychopath. I think he wants to come back to me but is still scared. What's there to be scared of? I don't do anything really, just dance wildly on the weekends and live quietly the rest of the week in my home. Like, it's ridiculous. Lynn in New Zealand thinks that too. Both she and my psychiatrist correctly intuited that Dave would show up at the casino at Christmas. He did on 22nd of December. And even though I'm no longer in contact with him, he still managed to pop up this last Christmas gone, Hanukkah Christmas time, on the 13th of December on the road. It's just bizarre, the connection we have. It was powerful as Alter Egos played the Iris song that I had sent him on 2nd of December, and I melted down with raw emotion and a deep and powerful love, only to look up at him to see him watching and singing the song too. I was also being watched by Jenny, Brendan and her son Robert, and Sarah L and Tony, all my ex-friends. It was extremely painful, but I held my space. Now where is this cleaning lady? She's supposed to arrive at 2. Anyway, I better hurry up, finish this off. Here she is in this big giant 4-wheel drive. After 2 more songs, I saw Dave's cousin Chris say, "Let's go," to Dave, so they both left. I left shortly after, exhausted emotionally and physically from dancing 2 nights, plus celebrating at Tisha's birthday dinner earlier that evening. On New Year's Day in the evening, Julie came over and we did the ritual together for us both to thrive. It felt wonderful. We both got chills. Then on Wednesday, Arvo, Karen called to tell me about Dave showing up with, name redacted, that she thinks he is deliberately trying to push me over the edge to kill me. Probably. I've had quite a few lovers actively try to kill me in the past. That evening, I went to Terry for a cup of tea and she told me she is my family now. She was loving and Bobo snuggled up with her and I took photos and put them on Facebook. We had a nice time. Yesterday I went to Carindale Shops to get a few groceries and had lunch, but came straight home and spent most of the day in my hammock reading. I felt incredibly sad at all the different people trying to pull my energy. Karen asked me to go to the Elephant, but I demurred. I said I was going with Chrissy James to Coochie-Mudlow, but in truth, she is not confirmed with me, so I doubt it will happen. I just needed a break from a Karen obsessing over me too. I'm going to stop now because I have to welcome my new cleaning lady person, and so I'll be back with part 2 after she finishes her work. And in the meantime, God's bless. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.